I've just got back off a holiday. I've been away for a week in the Lake District, and just explain the situation. Before we went on holiday, I did check the forecast, and the weather up to that point had been like, it had reached like 21, 22, but low at night, like 4s and 5s at night. So I've tried to compromise really with how I left the polytunnel, because I thought it could get too warm, but at night then it would be too cold. So anyway, once I was there, I think Monday through to Wednesday, when I was checking the temperatures, it wouldn't give me an exact location because I hadn't stored it, but the two main towns near me, I checked the temperatures there, and they had highs of 1 to 26, 1 to 28, and to be honest, I literally felt sick because I'd only left 2 vents open on the polytunnel, and the nighttime temperatures were okay actually. Now up in we're in the Lake District, and the temperatures were a bit lower up there, but it was still hot. So I was just, my anxiety set in, and I was thinking everything's going to be dead. So that's what I'm expecting. Yeah, I've not looked yet. The things on the windowsills inside, they're fine, but they were very dry, and they're all in small pots, where the things in the polytunnel, anything that were in small pots, I think, maybe not the sweet corn, the little sweet corn. Yeah, I'm expecting those to be dead, because anything in small pots I put on the shaded side. I did put some shade up. Anyway, as I'm looking and finding out, you are coming with me. So this is beautiful though. I'm pleased that this is fully flowered when I've come back. A little bit of cheeriness anyway. So, right, let's go and have a look then. I'll show you how I left it. Okay, so door fully shut obviously, and I just left the middle 2 vents open because the chilies are here in this corner, and the tomatoes mainly are at that far end as well. Let's go in. So I fleeced the chilies and the tomatoes and everything as well, just in case. Now I don't know if the fleece would have made the situation worse, or because it's white it might have reflected heat back off. We can only hope. Right, let's go in. Oh, hang on, I'll move this off first, all these bricks at the bottom. Right, now we're ready. I literally feel sick at what I might find. Some things have suffered. Well, these look really ill, the French beans, but they look like they'll recover. Kohlrabi. I thought I'd put more stuff on the shaded side, to be honest. I did put tubs of water in as well, because apparently they take the heat during the day, and it's kind of a little bit of heat storage. Again, I was more bothered about the cold rather than the hot. I think I forgot to say, didn't I? When I checked the temperatures, yeah, 26 to 28 degrees. So, right, should we check the chilies first? Let's have a look. Oh, yeah, I'm actually pleasantly surprised. They're okay. Oh, the relief. Okay. That little runt of a cucumber started flowering, I see. Oh, and I've got flowers on my melon melba there in the corner. And this melon melba as well. They're probably too small really, and I did sow them way too early, but they do tend to set the flowers when they're stressed, so they had tried to set them before this point. Sorry, I'm just pulling it. They had tried to set them before this point, and I've kept nipping them off, but should I just leave them now and let them do the thing maybe? Okay, let's move on. There's a pumpkin under there. They're okay. That needs a good watering, but I think it'll survive. That's my sage pineapple. Oh, and surprisingly, my cucumber's okay there. Now, I did have calendula and carrots in there, but I needed to sow more carrots anyway. I shouldn't have sown them in this pot. But I'll give them a good watering anyway, see how they pick up a little bit. The sweet corn's done fine though. I know sweet corn loves heat, but when I looked on the internet, it said even above like 30 degrees is a little bit too much really. Sometimes you get different advice though, don't you, off the internet, so you kind of just have to go off your own experience half the time. Oh, okay. Yeah, the tomatoes look fine. Oh, I'm so relieved. Oh, I'm so relieved. So the things that have suffered on this side, cucumbers all sharing the same pot weren't doing well anyway, apart from one that probably hadn't been disturbed as much as the others. The pak choy that was, it's my own fault really, pak choy in this extremely shallow bowl here has really suffered. Some things might spring back though, so I'm just going to water everything I think, and oh, yeah. I'm just lost for words really. I've been truly blessed. We had a brilliant holiday, so to come back after all, having that bit of anxiety at the back of my mind all the time, so to come back and find that actually my compromise that I'd made with the vents and the shading and things like that has done okay this time. So I probably look like a right mess because I got up early because we wanted to set off early in case the motorway got too busy because it's bank holiday Monday. So yeah, we've like cleaned all the log cabin that we were in and everything. We always leave it as we found it, you know, hoovering and that, but got home, thought I'll have a lovely brew before I come and check in here, and we've gone and left all the fridge stuff in the fridge. So we've no milk. Yeah, so I think next time, I'm rambling, I know, I'm tired. I think next time I am going to, we're away in a couple of months or so again, and I'm going to look at investing in a solar powered fan just in case. And as well, the nighttime temperatures should be okay to leave all the vents open and maybe make it like a new mesh door even or something. But actually the idea for this using a solar fan just to aerate it a little bit more actually came from I'm sorry I can't remember the exact channel, but I will put it here. It was from Jimmy's channel. I think it's Jimmy Plot something or Jimmy something. Sorry Jimmy, but thank you very much for you know, your replies and things and your support. So right, okay, before I went as well, I did plant out as a rush because they germinated and they had no compost. I don't ask Andy for any more compost. Actually, we've bought in excess of 20 sacks and at an average of $7.99 a sack as well, so that's an awful lot of money to spend on just mud. I think, you know, I really need to sort out making my own in future, because I can't keep spending so much every year. Sorry, I've got such brain fog. Yeah, well, let's go and have a look outside, see how the spuds and the things that I'd planted as an emergency. Like I said, I didn't have no soil. and I literally just planted them anywhere. Like that. There's one of the germinated cucumbers under there, which is doing okay. I did do one on this side, but I don't know if something's eating it, or I can't see anything anywhere. I just dotted them round, and I actually chanced planting some outside here and there. Right, let's go and have a look. Okay, so see what a great gardener I am. I've literally just dumped out some ambassador peas in with the spuds as well. I was actually frightened that this hay would actually set fire, and there's a part bag of hay actually inside the polytunnel as well. You know, if it trapped too much heat or was breaking down and creating its own heat as well. So I was a bit scared about that, but looks fine. Yeah, getting spuds coming up there. Yeah, they're all fine. I actually dumped some more peas out. I think actually I dumped some more mange too in this compost heap that I put a load of spuds in. So they're all okay. Got lily beetles on my lilies. I'm going to pick them off and squish them in a minute. So I've unceremoniously squished those, and I found some of the little larvae eggs as well, so I've just ripped part of the leaf off actually and squished those. I'll check it properly later. The runner beans are doing okay that I planted. I thought they were dead actually. Looking from the kitchen window I couldn't see them very well apart from this one here. But they all look okay actually. And so do some more ambassador peas in there. I planted out some germinated kale and sunflower seeds in this bed just to have them in the ground as an emergency, but I can't actually see any from here that I've oh, maybe one. Yeah. I expected though really that the rats and pigeons and slugs and all the beasties would have a go at them all. Let me see if I can just find at least one sunflower that I put in. Well, I couldn't find a single one of those sunflowers, and I did quite a lot actually. Something has been digging in here. That was another one of my worries actually, was that the rats just seem to know when you're not around for a while. So I was worried. That was an extra worry with the polytunnel. They'd realise I'm just not around, because I'd kept setting the tea lights at night when they seemed like they were at the most active. I would hear them scurrying in this area around here. And I think with putting the tea lights out and me coming out a couple of times before I went to bed was probably putting them off, but it actually doesn't look like they've been in anywhere. Now we have been putting rat poison down. I don't like using rat poison because I feel like they suffer instead of just humanely, if you know what I mean, but we've been forced to really because it was getting ridiculous. It was literally jumping with rats in the back garden. So for 3 weeks in a row I was putting poison down. And I know, please don't put any hate mail, but what do? You know, if they're destroying things, there's a hole that was going underneath the house as well, so yeah, they need sorting because we can't afford to replace electrics in the house, you know. It's actually quite a cool day today. It's only about 12 degrees or so at the minute, and it's actually very slightly spitting for rain, which I'm sure all the plants could do with. Oh, that is it gone? Where is it? Sorry, I can see a buzzard over there. I'm trying to zoom in on him. Where'd he go? Oh, I couldn't get him. There's two things I've come away with from my holiday. One, I need to get fitter, which is a bit of a struggle because I get anemia, so I need to be a better camera lady. Because I absolutely love jets, and we were up in the mountains on Friday, and I was trying to get really good footage of them, but Andy actually got better footage than I did just on his mobile phone. So I thought, I'm going to teach myself photography or something like that, because I was gutted. Yeah, so all in all, quite pleased. Now, obviously I've not been up to the allotment yet, but I am going to go up later, I think. No, I am going to go up later. I know I'm going to go up later because I'm worried about the sweet corn that I actually planted out and the sunflowers under. If you watched my last videos, I put them under a plastic sheet, so they had no ventilation at all other than what maybe was creeping underneath. I think the best I can hope for is that the sheet actually blew off. But we'll see. So I'll go up there later. Okay. I'm actually going to use this water that I put in here to water the plants because it'll have warmed up nicely rather than taking cold water out of home. I feel a bit more human now. I've had a brew. Andy went and did the big shop and we've had some dinner and stuff, so I left the worst things soaking in some water. So that's sprung back, that pineapple sage. The calendula I have, but not the carrots yet. They look a little bit better, but I'm not expecting the carrots to recover at all. That was just bone dry but looked alright. The sprouts, which were neglected anyway, and that didn't look too bad. The lettuces, the middles of some of them have sprung back. So yeah, I don't know if to chop all these really shriveled ones off or not, but yeah. What were these? Oh, pak choy. They look okay. I think I had my finger over the speaker on the camera before and the sound went really low, but I was just basically saying that most things on the shaded side are alright, apart from the pak choy and this shallow thing. So really all I've lost is some of the pak choy if they don't bounce back, but they are more upright than they were. And 4 of the young sweet corn. I've got 9 of those. I did decide to pull the flowers off the melons and that little cucumber as well, because I think they're too small to start fruiting, so I've pulled them off. But I'm just worried that they'll be like, oh, will you stop pulling our flowers off, and then just give up the ghost or something. I don't know, how long can you keep doing that if you just feel like they're not progressing in size and you don't want them to set flowers yet. So please just comment in the comment section below if you've got any experience of plants doing that. How long can you keep pulling the flowers off before they decide enough's enough, or can you just keep doing it? So the sun's coming out now. It's 19 degrees in here, which is just nice. So we're going to go up the allotment. Well, I'm going to go up the allotment in a bit. I'll show you what I bought while I was on my holidays though. I bought a few bits. not to cheer myself up because I was having a brilliant holiday, but Andy always treats me to visiting Hayes Garden Centre in Ambleside, which has a big notice saying it's under new ownership, but it's just as good as it ever was. So yeah, so I've been proper blessed. Thank the Lord, you know, my prayers have been answered. Sometimes you don't get the answer that you want, but He's answered this time. I know some of you aren't believers in all that, and that's okay. But I feel like He's blessed me, and it's with divine intervention, not just my shade and my vents and that. But so in all my ways I shall acknowledge Him. So I'll show you what I bought, then I'll take you to the allotment, and at the end of the video I'll just put a little bit of footage of what wildlife we saw on holiday and a couple of bits what we did. But you can always stop it though, because it's nothing to do with gardening really, although I do show in Ambleside at this time of year, it's all the gardens have got lovely azaleas and rhododendrons all in full bloom, so some beautiful gardens that I took some footage of as well. So, come on, let's have a look what I bought. So first of all, just bought these from, they're only cheap, from Boys, I think the shop's called. It's a bit like Home Bargains. So they're just for my shed at the allotment. And then these are from Hayes Garden Centre. So I bought myself a goji berry. I have had one of these before in the back garden, and I think I planted it in the wrong place. It just went all really straggly and spindly, and I never actually got any fruit on it. So I dug it out, but then it got abandoned and died. So, but they're supposed to be really good for you, goji berries. And I bought a cranberry. Yeah, so I bought one of them, and I wanted one bought from a garden centre. I know where I suspect there's some growing, actually, not far from where I live, but I'm sure it can be mistaken for something else that is actually poisonous. So I wanted to buy a garden centre plant so I can be assured of not poisoning myself. What else did I buy? And I bought 2 different blueberries. I think the one that I've got up at the allotment is a is a blue crop. So I bought this one, which is Gold Traub, is that how you pronounce that? And Duke as well. So I need some ericaceous compost for those, which will be planted in the ground at the allotment, I think, but I'll fill the hole with some ericaceous compost. I bought this little cucumber, lemon apple. That one literally was to make me feel better that all my cucumbers would be dead in the polytunnel. And in this little pot I bought some cucumber seeds as well. Hang on, I'll just get you the packet. So in that pot I've just got a couple of citrus seeds from the tangerines that I'd eaten on holiday. They had pips in, so I got those germinating, and also these cucumber white wonder. So I got those going. And I also bought these, but I forgot actually. So I've not started germinating them, but these are squashed mashed potato. Anyway, let's go up with the plot and see what's alive and what's dead. I'm going to take the French beans up with me and plant those out. And I was going to take the pumpkins, but I do need to sort that ground out still where they're going. So I don't want to be rushing, because I think I've got a lot of watering to do up there probably. So let's go.
feeling alright?
Wouldn't have thought it'd be at all choppy.
Just a little quick walk. I said, when you get home, you can have a stick. All right, stick.